All right. Okay. Sam Melson coming to you live from the Precious World home office studios. And want to talk to you about some things in real estate here. I've got some notes, so I'm going to be looking down at my notes because I want to make sure I get this one right for you. I want to be very, very clear about what I'm talking about. But uh, I'm I dabble in real estate. I'm sure if you've seen some of my other videos, I've been talking a lot about the wholesaling niche and folks that's being taken advantage of regarding, going to these seminars and paying, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in these seminars, thinking that they're going to be able to do real estate and still haven't got their first deal. And it takes a little bit more than just going to a seminar. You really need a mentor, you need a coach, you need someone that can actually hold your hand and walk you through. So it's my goal, my passion, because of my mentor who's kind of told me that I need to reach one and teach one. That I'm posting these videos and wanting to help some others out. I've been in the game since 2015. Uh, have done just a little north of 100 transactions. I do not claim to be a guru or one of them, millionaire folks that's just, putting all these big fancy classes on. I'm just someone that's in the street, in the game, had some successes, and now wanting to share and help you do the same. What I want to talk about today is, and I spoke about this in a different video, but I want to be a little bit more fervent in this, is about the virtual niche. For right now, there's a lot of courses and things of this nature being created to tell you that, hey, you can do real estate wholesaling virtually by just using your cell phone and laptop from anywhere in the world. And I'm going to be the voice that's against all of that and tell you that's bad business. I won't go as far as to say it's a scam, but what I will say is it's a bad business model, and there are a number of reasons why it's bad. But I'm going to give you a good solid three reasons as to why it's bad. The first reason is, as a seller, if you're trying to put a contract or put a property under contract somewhere remotely that you haven't seen the property yourself, that you haven't went and vetted out the property, that you hadn't uh, you know inspected what you expected on that property, and you are trying to sell it to a seasoned investor that is going to look at that property, and you can put yourself at risk, and you're going to put your brand at risk, because you always want to put your eyes on real estate. You always want to inspect what you expect, even though there are a ton of pictures. Pictures are good. I always tell my mentees and others that when you go to a property, take a lot of pictures, but it's still not everything until you kind of seen it yourself. Now, unless you've done several of these and you feel comfortable that you don't have to see it, or it looks good enough on paper that because you've got several hundred transactions under your belt, and but for a new person, I would tell you, don't do it. uh, I don't do it. I've done it in the past. I have bought sight unseen in places, and two things always happen when you buy sight unseen: you pay too much, and you pay for something that you didn't know you were getting. So you don't want to uh, put your reputation and your brand at risk, because if you are positioning a property to sell to another investor or cash buyer, money is serious to people. And if you're showing them something and you're telling them one story and they're seeing something different before they buy it, that's going to fall back on you. That's going to fall back on you as far as who are you, what's your brand, and when they see your name come across with any deals that you're putting out there, eventually you'll get passed over. Now, can you get lucky and get a knucklehead or somebody that don't know any better to buy your property? Yes, and that's why these courses are being created, because folks are seeing a few wins, because every now and then a squirrel might find a nut, literally. But if you want any seasonality, if you want any tenureship in this arena and any long-term successes, I would tell you, do not fall for the virtual real estate niche. Folks are selling these courses, telling you that you can, hire someone off Craigslist to go and inspect the house for you and report back pictures for you. They're telling you that you can just call on the phone and find a title company there and do everything electronically. Of course, I've done electronic contracts, with DocuSign and PDF filler, etc., whatever. But at the end of the day, this is real estate and this is real money, real dollars. You want to make sure that you protect your brand by making sure you know specifically what you're putting out there. Not every lead is a good lead. Not every deal is a good deal. Not every lead is a good lead. And you need to make sure that what you are putting out there to others, that it meets what the expectations are from the number standpoint and the quality condition of the property. So the number one reason is you can run a risk of having a bad reputation just with your own brand and your name being out in the street. Our community is actually pretty small when you really think about it. Number two is what I kind of alluded to earlier is typically those transactions they are always overpay for. I know my first real estate transaction when I went full time. I bought a couple of rental properties sight unseen. I bought them virtually because I was told that, hey, these have already been vetted out and repaired and all this kind of crap, and already rented and all this. And I went on and closed the deal virtually and without even seeing it. And when I got hold of the property manager after the deal was done, I'm told that one of them was actually vacant and that they were having problems keeping tenants in it. And the other one never was occupied because it had code violations on it in that particular state. And I got stuck with those properties. Why? Because I did not inspect what I expected when it was presented to me from wholesalers. And is it their fault? No, it's my fault. I'm the one that trusted them versus doing my own due diligence to look at the property beforehand. So if you're trying to flip properties on your phone to other investors that buys, okay, then you're going to put yourself at risk with someone like me that would buy, that at one time bought sight unseen, but now would never buy from you again. And not only that, anytime your brand pops up, I'm going to let everybody else that I know that are cash buyers not to buy from you because that's what you're doing. You're selling trash, you're selling bad numbers and everything. Also, I found out I overpaid in these properties because the numbers in that arena, in that neighborhood, were going down and trending down, and I was already upside down when I paid the cash that I paid for those properties. Bad, bad, bad. Number three is this is real estate. There is no refunds, and that's probably the biggest reason that you don't want to do things virtually. With this day and age where they're talking, they're having all these businesses that are pretty virtual. You can run all these businesses from your cell phone, from Ubers and the Lyfts and the Airbnbs, and even on Amazon you can buy. And I know even now they're selling cars. There's this company I think called Carvana that are selling cars virtually, by using a cell phone or computer. Well, at least those businesses all have some type of return policy in the case that you do a transaction, you get to an Airbnb and it's not right. The Airbnb is going to make it right for you as the client, as the customer. If you get a Uber and there's an issue with the driver, the Uber or the Lyft company are going to make it right with you as the customer. Even on Amazon, you buy something, you get to rate these folks. There's some refund policies even with them. And in fact, I think even with this Carvana place, they have a 7-day return period. So if you do get to the car and buy the car and don't like the car, you take it out of care so you can put it back. There is no return policy in real estate. It's once you sign on the dotted line at the closing table, it's a done deal. If you want to try to return it, the only way to do it is for them to buy it back, or you can just sign it back over to them and not be guaranteed that they will want to pay you what you paid them. So bottom line is, the real estate virtual niche is a very, very bad business model, and I would tell anybody and challenge any of those that are putting these courses out, because I've been asked about this a few times now, since some folks have been asking my opinion, and this may piss some people off. I really don't like to get in the middle of other people's grind or other people's business, etc. But what I don't like is to see people taken advantage of because of what they don't know. What I don't like is folks capitalizing on people's lack of knowledge, and I just don't like that. I want to do straight up clean business. Now, is there value in doing that? Yes. And should someone get paid for what they're worth? Yes, I do believe in that. I believe in the capital society. I believe someone should get paid for what they're worth. But I don't believe that if you're taking advantage of people's lack of knowledge and trying to capitalize off of that in a bad way, that's a problem. That's a problem in my book. And I know that the virtual wholesaling business model that is now, you can YouTube this and you'll find all these folks trying to talk about how they can teach you to flip houses from all over the world just using your cell phone and a laptop. Now I'm gonna just tell you that real estate is not cut out for virtual business. It's not, the laws and the way that works with real estate, that business is not cut out for that. So I would strongly discourage you from falling into the flipping homes, flipping properties using your cell phone or laptop and thinking that that's a valuable business. What they're doing, they're taking advantage of people that don't know, and either one or two things are happening. They're taking advantage of people that don't know and are buying these properties, don't know any better. Maybe it's a new investor and they're being told that, hey, these are the numbers. This investor didn't know how to do their own due diligence on the numbers, and they're buying the property. Don't even want to know how it turns out. Chances are it'll probably be their first and last deal because it'll be a bad deal. Or some of these folks are just creating classes, which that's where a lot of these major gurus are doing. They just create these classes, and it sounds good online, but because you don't really know what you don't know, you buy it. And it's a business. Is it a scam? No, but it's a bad business model as far as the virtual real estate niche. And so folks are creating these classes and they're charging, I don't know, 40, 50, 60, $30 or whatever about a course to show you how to flip online without even having to, leave your home and all of that. I'm gonna tell you, I've been burnt in the real estate game. I'm doing much better now. 100 and something transactions later, much better now. I have many more successes. Yes, I've got checks and stuff to prove the successes or whatnot. But I'm not trying to claim to be a guru. I just want to help you. If you hadn't gotten your first deal or haven't gotten your second deal, and you need a hand, need a boost, need some coaching, which I'm going to tell you, you do. I know when I got my first deal, it took me 10 months, and I had a partner. And my partner had a solid mentor that I was actually also getting mentored off of as well. So I'm not saying that it can't happen, but I'm gonna just tell you there is knowledge that happens that you won't know until someone passes that knowledge to you. There's knowledge that happens in this real estate game, this real estate business, that you just won't know. You won't find it in a real estate licensing class. You won't find it in these seminars, because these seminars are not designed to give you the golden nuggets. These seminars are only designed to kind of keep you excited and interested and wanting to go after it. But they don't give you the golden nuggets. They don't give you the golden nuggets. The golden nuggets only come from those that are literally in the game. If your parents were doing houses and now they're passing it off to you, which happens, this is really how it happens. This is that old money, like that Rockefeller type money. That's the way it kind of happens. Otherwise, it happens because you've partnered. You got some folks on the street reached out. You became partners or mentor mentee type situations. So that's the only way to happen. So I want to offer that to you as well. I'm at the point of reaching one, teaching one, and trying to help folks. And so if you're interested in a hand, feel free to reach out to me. I'm on all the social media platforms. I'm not a social media guru, so but I'll tell you, DM me or PM me. You can email me at info@preciousworld.net. Info@preciousworld.net. You can email me. Reach out to me on Facebook. You got my name, Sam Melson. One of my businesses is Precious World Housing Solutions. Actually, you can see that wherever I'm at here. Precious World Housing Solutions. Oh, there it is, right there. That's one of my business, on my real estate business. But reach out and we can kind of talk about how I can help you get your first deal, how I can help you. And I don't care where you are in the country. I do have the ability to vet any property in the country. Throughout the United States to kind of run numbers. Again, running numbers is just part of the situation. The other expectation is that you're actually on the ground, and so you can kind of tell me what you're looking at, so I can also help you out. So that's as much of a virtual situation that I would do. Now, I will tell you this: there is a motive for me that if I can help grow you. In the real estate business in your neck of the woods, that once we begin to know, like, and trust one another, then guess what? We can actually do some so-called virtual type situations, which is still not really virtual because we'll have boots on the ground. If you got something going on down here in Texas, I'm in the Central Texas market, I can go check the property out for you because I know, like, and trust you. I will be wanting to do honorable by you. If I'm doing something up in your neck of the woods, you can do the same, and we can make money together. So one of the reasons I am sharing this is to increase my network across state lines in doing real estate as well. So if you want some help, feel free to reach out. I don't charge $20, $30, $40, and $50,000. I don't have all these courses and things of that nature. I am putting a few products together as well, but it's all designed just to kind of get you started, as well as trying to reimburse me for the value of my time and knowledge as well to help you, because it is a business. You do need to invest in yourself as well as in your business. Don't fall for the hype that you can do real estate without using any of your money. That is not true. That is not true. Theoretically, there are transactions you can do without using your money, but as a business, you're going to need some money. It's a business. Every business takes money. So in my case, though, you working with me, it won't be anything you can't afford. So until next time, like I said, if you got any questions, please reach out. Subscribe and follow and share with anyone or folks that you might think would be interested in this real estate investing niche, and to avoid again the virtual real estate wholesaling business. Avoid that, and anybody that's pushing it, anybody that's so-called doing it, I challenge you to reach out to me and we can debate it out. But I can tell you, I've been around a little bit. I don't know any seasoned investor, and I work with millionaire folks. I don't know any seasoned investor that's going to buy properties without taking a look. So until then, God bless, and I'll see you at the top, because the bottom sure is crowded.